on the people in the relationship.
Got it. All right. Do you watch porn?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So are you in a relationship?
yeah.
Okay. What's the agreement you have with your partner?
Do what you like. If you want to watch porn, watch porn.
Do what you like. If you want to watch porn, watch porn. Okay.
Well,
What if
I
you want
guess
to?
like do what you
What if?
like overall is not like I specifically referring to porn is what the do what you like is referring to.
Oh, well, I asked what your agreement was, and you said do what you like.
Oh,
So what is your agreement?
are you talking about like overall or just relating to porn?
With relating to porn.
Oh, then yes, do what you like.
Do what
If
you
you would
like.
like to
Okay.
watch it, absolutely.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
I think 4 years now.
Okay. Just dating, or are you married, engaged?
Dating.
Dating. Okay. Do what you like with porn. Okay. Are there any limits to what that means? Do what you like.
Um, in regards to watching porn, no.
Okay. Any types of porn that might be limited?
I think it would definitely not be okay to watch illegal things like CSAM or things like that. But as long as you're watching porn with pe featuring people that are consenting adults, absolutely.
Got it. How do you know that the people are consenting adults?
I suppose that you have to trust that they are.
Oh, interesting. How would you find that out?
A lot of videos have disclaimers at the start that says that they both are. But like I suppose that there is no way to guarantee that everyone is.
That's right. And it's actually been studied and proven. There's a book called, I don't have my books behind me, Takedown, where they actually were able to help get porn banned in certain states because they couldn't actually prove that it was consensual content that people were looking, particularly on the large tube sites such as Pornhub.
I mean, I guess I would ask, how do you know anyone who has ever had sex? How can you guarantee that they were consenting?
I personally can't.
Right?
So I choose to just kind of steer away from the whole porn thing because when you peel back the layers and how the sausage is made, you get in some really weird stuff. How do you personally go about, kind of doing your due diligence to see if the pornography is consensual?
Um, I don't think that there's much of a way besides I don't know, like I think there's a lot of assumptions that you have to make. Um, just like there's a lot of assumptions you have to make when watching a YouTube video that is, I don't know, a scientist explaining a science topic, and you have to assume that someone isn't behind the camera pointing a gun at them. Oh, sorry, you're not supposed to say that. Pointing a weapon at them and threatening them to make the video, or else they will not live anymore. Right? You have to make assumptions in life. That's how it goes.
All right. How many known instances do you know where a scientist was making a video for educational purposes on YouTube and they were doing it against their will with the threat of maybe taking their life? How many times do you know of that has happened?
None. I will also say
None.
I
Okay.
know of
How
no
many how
specific
many
ins
how many porn videos do you think are on the internet featuring people who were not consenting?
uh I don't know because I know of none, just like I know of none in the scientist case.
Got it. All right. Well, in this book Takedown, the author outlines how in a study they did, 1 in 8 videos only on the homepage of Pornhub were found to either be non-consensual or people who are underage. And that was just the homepage. Okay. So that's been
Hmm.
like proven 1 out of 8 videos. How many hundreds of thousands or millions of videos does Pornhub have on it? I have no idea. But we could easily say that tens of thousands, probably at least hundreds of thousands of videos, at least just on Pornhub, were proven to be created under those circumstances.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like, and again, I'm not extremely informed on this topic specifically, but I feel that I heard in response to something like those allegations, Pornhub started only allowing verified creators to post on their platform.
After the credit card companies were legally forced, essentially, to not do business with them if they didn't prove that their website was not a crime scene, essentially.
So it's
So
gotten better.
it's gotten better, yes, but we're still dealing with an industry that fuels sex trafficking and a lot of other bad things. But here, if you read the book, it's actually fascinating, man. I think the link is in my bio on the resources page. They had to go to great lengths to even get credit card companies to stop doing business with Pornhub. And they had to essentially prove that Pornhub knowingly was allowing this content to be on there and not take it down. And then they finally, begrudgingly, did something about it. So here's the question. Why was it so hard, do you think, to make Pornhub do that?
Capitalism.
Capitalism. Okay.
Yeah, profit incentive.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I think, and I'm sure that it is likely in my lifetime I have consumed porn that was not ethically made. And
How
I
do you
don't
feel about
like
that?
that fact. I don't like
Okay.
it, but I would compare it to the fact that I've bought Nestle products in the past, and they get their money from slavery, right? Like that's like chocolate and cacao beans, and that farming is based on slavery. And some chocolate companies don't use they make sure they get ethically sourced chocolate, but some don't. And now that I've learned that, I don't buy chocolate from them. But that's something I've done in the past, and I think that in this
So
world,
why do
it
you
is
still watch porn then?
sorry.
Why do you still watch porn then?
Oh, because I enjoy it.
Oh, got it. So you enjoy
Yeah.
it, so you're willing to overlook the negative consequences of how it got to the screen, unlike chocolate, which you're able to throw out.
Well, I just buy my chocolate from a different brand. You can't. What are you gonna do with porn?
How much porn do you watch?
Oh, I'm not comfortable sharing that.
How come?
Because I don't know you, and I don't know the 226 people in this live stream.
Why would that matter to share how often you watch porn?
It's an intimate topic that I don't feel comfortable discussing with strangers.
Oh, then why'd you come up here to talk about porn live on TikTok?
Oh, because I'm willing to go as far into it as I have. I have
Got it.
boundaries. That's it.
Got it. Okay. All right. That's fair enough. So you're not comfortable sharing how often you watch porn.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Can I ask you why you watch porn?
Uh, because I enjoy it,
What do you enjoy
and
about it?
it um I enjoy ejaculation.
You enjoy ejaculation.
Sure, yeah,
Got
or
it.
an orgasm, I suppose. I would be a more accurate word there.
Got it. Okay. And you enjoy that with a screen and strangers on the internet?
Yeah, yeah, not with as in like someone watching me while I watch them, but in terms of like watching a video, yes.
Got it. Okay. Um, why do you not just share that with your partner?
Why do I not just share what with my partner?
Ejaculation.
Oh, well, we are not able to be together for long periods of time. Um, and so it's kind of complicated in that regard.
Got it. So when you're not able to be with her for long periods of time, I'm assuming you watch pornography of strangers online. So you're using other people's bodies in order to achieve the
I would
ejaculation.
say Sometimes strangers, sometimes my partner.
Got it. Why not just your partner?
Variety is the spice of life, my guy. You like that one?
Do I like that one?
Yeah.
I think it's a very interesting choice of phrase when you're talking about intimacy with your partner.
I mean, me and my
Like,
partner are
how
polyamorous,
do you,
which
how
I
do you?
assume
Oh,
you won't like.
well, it's not about me liking it or not. It's whatever the truth is. So,
I
all
mean,
right.
you
So
seem
you, so,
opinionated, but it's all right.
all right. So you maybe, yeah. So you don't have a standard of monogamy with your partner.
No,
Got it. Okay. Well, that makes complete sense then. Makes complete sense why you would not why you would have a what'd you say variety spices
variety
of
is the spice of life.
variety is the spice of life. Okay. So when you're polyamorous, you have no expectation of monogamy. Got it. All right. How many partners do
Yes,
you have?
one.
How does that fit into the polyamory?
I am, I am free, and my partner is entirely fine with me seeking other people's companionship, etc. That I currently don't have another partner right now, but I I think that fits into the polyamorous bubble in
Got
which
it.
there is no expectation of monogamy.
Got it. Okay. So if you were to want to be with another partner, you could totally do that and your partner would have no issue with it, or would you have to like talk
Exactly.
to your partner first?
No, I would not have to talk to my partner first.
Got it. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, does that standard apply for your partner as well?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is your partner a female?
My partner's non-binary.
Uh, is your partner a man or a woman?
My partner is non-binary. They do not prescribe to the genders man or woman. They are non-binary.
Got it. Um, when they were born, did they get assigned anything at birth?
Yeah.
Was that male or female?
Can I ask why that's important
It's not important, but it's
or relevant? Can I ask why it's relevant?
well, I was gonna phrase the question in such a way to say, would your partner, and I was gonna use the word she, would you be okay if she were to want to be with another man? But I
My
hedged
partner
my
goes
bet
by
on that
they
question,
them
and
pronouns.
I know that's why I hedged my bet on that question and said partner instead of she. So my curiosity is if you would be okay. Well, we'll just keep it generic. If your partner would to be with another they, is that the word I use?
Another person I think would be more grammatically correct, but I understand what you're saying by they.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't mind any gender my partner wants to have a relationship with. It's
Got
all
it.
good.
Got it. How many genders are there? We'll just leave with that question. Then I'll move on to the
Oh,
next question.
I think that's a question that I can't answer. I
Got it.
think that it's an ever evolving topic, and I think as society evolves and people grow and change and learn, new genders could arise.
Got
And
it.
so I don't have an exact number for you, would be my answer.
Got it. What about sexes? How many of those are there?
Um, it's either two or three. I'm not entirely sure where intersex people fit into that entire equation. So I'm honestly not sure with you, but it's either two or three.
Got it. 2 point something maybe.
Maybe. I'm not entirely sure what intersex is counted as in
Got
terms
it.
of sexes.
Got it. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you for being respectful.
No other way to be than respectful.
Your chat would disagree. I'm getting fucking hated on down there.
Oh, what are they saying?
Oh, awful things. You should scroll up and look.
I don't read the
But
comments on the internet. those will
you
send
know,
you
I
some
think
just
that's
some dark
reasonable.
places. Actually, I do
Let's see.
sometimes.
Very hated. Yes, you are. Very much. Yes, yes, you are. Get some help.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks for
pretentious
sharing.
as hell. Yeah, thanks. I hope you have a
All
good
right.
day.
You too. Take care. Bye. All right, chat. W's in the chat for our guests. Man, it's been a minute, and here we are. We're back. We're back. We got the whole setup. We're back. Let's go. Let's go. Mama Robes is there. What's going on? McNuggets. Hey there. How's it going?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
I think porn is, it depends what structure you set your relationship in. I think you can have a conventional relationship if you and your partner both agree that watching porn is okay.
Okay. Got it. Are you in a relationship?
I am.
Okay. Do you watch porn?
I do, but I do it in moderation. I would rather, for me, I recently went study abroad and I'm interning in a big city, so I'm away from her. So honestly, it's hard for me to get those lustful thoughts out of my mind. And when I can't be with her, sometimes um, I think it's a bad thing. I think porn is bad. Obviously, it has mental effects. I think it is. I think it's okay.
Got it. Why do you think it's bad?
Well, I think it's bad, like for the reasons that you just listed. When you were talking to Nectarine, you
Nectarine
don't
Lover.
know.
Nectarine Lover was the name.
Oh, that's completely my fault. Sorry, guys. But what he said, what you were saying
They,
about how
they
they.
said.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Oh for two,
But
man. Three strikes, you're out. Three strikes, you're
oh
out.
no.
Careful.
Oh no. Oh no. I think it's um.
Oh,
I
he does
think
go by he, him. Sorry, I stand corrected. Thank you, Nectarine
okay.
Lover.
Okay.
We're back.
Okay.
Only one strike. One strike.
What was the question again? Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know the question. Oh, why is it bad? Why is it bad?
Well, the reasons that you just listed, I mean, you don't know if it's consensual. You don't know if it's someone under the age of 18. And also, there's been many studies that show that if you're using porn as a resource, if you have an addiction to it, then it can alter your brain chemistry, it can alter the way you think about women, man, and just sex naturally. Also, you can have and gain erectile dysfunction with your partner. You won't be able to ejaculate naturally during sex. There's all different types of problems, but that's if you're abusing it. I think if you do it in moderation, then it's okay.
Got it. How much moderation would you say is appropriate?
I would say once every, 3, 4 days.
Once every 3 or 4 days. So 2 or 3 times a week, roughly?
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. Okay. Moderation. Moderation. You seem to know a lot about this topic and still defining moderation as 2 or 3 times a week. Do you watch pornography 2 or 3 times a week?
I would say probably like once a week.
Got it. Okay. So you're below the moderation curve in the way that you've defined it?
Yes.
Got it. And you said you're in a relationship?
Yes.
How does your partner feel about that?
We've set that as we've talked about it and she's okay with it.
Got it. Is she there right now? Could we get her on?
She is not.
Dang it. Dang it. We'll get one on Sunday. Maybe Hopcakes will come back. All right. Does your partner watch porn?
Um, she does not. She
Okay.
used to. She does not anymore.
Got it. How come?
Um, she she just doesn't enjoy it the way she used to, I guess. I haven't really asked her in depth why she doesn't anymore. So
Okay.
that's a question that I have to ask.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was you in the picture, but that's Casey Neistat. Is that you with Casey Neistat?
That is me with Casey Neistat.
Nice. He seems cool. Is he cool?
He was a really nice guy.
Yeah. Nice. Do you live in New York City?
I do.
Nice. All right. So you watch porn once a week. Is there Is there something going on behind you? Are you being chased?
I'm in the city, so there's
Got it.
I'm in
You're
my
always
apartment, but
you're always being chased.
yeah, there's yep.
Okay. All right. So why do you watch pornography?
I think for me, as I mentioned before, I think growing up and just using that as a resource, watching porn, I don't know. I think I've just somewhat relied on it, and I've had it around my. I've been watching it for so long that it's kind of habitual at this point.
You relied on it for what?
I don't know, to just get out that lust. I enjoy it as well. Um,
But it's interesting how you phrase the lust thing. You said it before, like you're getting out lust by lusting.
I mean, yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's working because then you're going back to lusting again and then doing more lust in order to get rid of the lust, but then you lust more.
I mean, doesn't everyone have lustful thoughts? I think once I get it out, then I don't have those thoughts or cravings anymore
For a few days.
for a few days.
How long you been doing that pattern? What's up, Adam?
Um, I don't know, maybe since I was 15,
And how old are
16.
you now?
I'm 20.
Okay. All right. Do you like the pattern that you're in?
To be honest, I think it's gotten a lot better now. I think it's a lot easier when I'm with my girlfriend, when we're actually together. I don't have to watch porn or don't even use it. Um, but when I'm away, I think it's hard for me. I see a lot of people in the chat saying self control, and they're right. I lack self control. I mean, I don't think porn is a good thing, but when I'm all alone and I'm by myself, I fall into that temptation.
What's up, Alex, Chicago? Um, yeah, well, loneliness, man, and isolation is what will continue driving you back into that behavior, right? You
For
see that
sure.
pattern? Yeah.
I do. I do. It's very recognizable.
Uh huh.
Um, but
How were you first exposed to porn?
um, through movies.
What movie?
I don't know if you guys have seen Caddyshack, but
I actually haven't, even though that was like a
that's
that's more my
crazy.
generation. I know it is. You're young for that, but I haven't seen Caddyshack.
And
Maybe I'll
then
watch it now, but I'll have to skip some.
maybe you watch it now after hearing that. Okay.
Well, no,
Okay,
I
valid.
said maybe I'll
I
I
know,
said
I'm
maybe
just
I'll watch it
joking.
now,
I'm
but
just
I'll
joking.
skip parts of it.
I was just joking. I was just
Yeah,
joking.
yeah.
I don't want to put you in a pickle there.
Oh, you're fine. So, do you? Okay. I mean, look, man. It seems like you know a little bit about pornography, but and you know it's not good, but you're doing it anyways. As though there's like a hopelessness or resignation to the fact that you'll just always be carrying this around with you.
I mean, I think that one day I definitely should stop watching it because, like mentioned before, I don't think it's a good thing. But the main topic of this discussion is if it's cheating. That's what it says
Yeah.
above your head. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people, they have their own guidelines in their relationship. And I think if both partners willingly talk about it and agree to certain terms, then I don't understand why it would be wrong. I think it's a
Got it.
bad thing, but I don't understand how it would be cheating if I'm okay with it and she's okay with it.
Yeah. No, I got you. It sounds like you're not really okay with it though. And the better question. This is just a conversation starter. A better question might be: is it honoring to your partner to be watching pornography?
I would say no.
Okay. So if it's not honoring to your partner, then why do you do it?
Well, that's a good question. Let me think about that for a second.
Okay.
I would say, honestly, when we started dating, she would indulge too. And I think it goes back to that question. She doesn't anymore, but I don't think it's honoring, but it's not cheating. But in this new, if we're talking about a new discussion, um, it's a bad pattern. I have to break out of it. You're right.
Okay.
It's not something good, and I completely agree on that. That porn is not something that will give you fulfillment. I think it will take a lot more away than it will than you will gain from it. So I agree. It's not. I'm not honoring my partner in doing that.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. So, and the invitation, man, it's like technically, if you both agree that it's not cheating, right? Like that previous guest, right? They're polyamorous. So it's like, it doesn't matter. There's no expectation of monogamy. But in a monogamous relationship, if you're in a monogamous relationship and you have an agreement on pornography, while it may technically not be cheating, you may not be as monogamous as you think you are, in the sense that you're using other people for sexual pleasure who aren't your partner, right? And so I think
Hmm.
it can get into like a really gray area to say, well, we both agree, but even, I can't remember exactly how you worded it, but it takes something away from the intimacy in the relationship when we're using pornography, when we're using other people, right?
I think it. I think yeah, yeah. I think it takes away. I think my physical intimacy is when I'm intimate with her. It's amazing. It's great. I think when you overuse porn, when you actually have, I guess you could say I have an addiction because I've been watching it. But I think other people have. I think there's a spectrum of addiction. I think people that are using it every day, multiple times a day, I feel like they would not be able to have physical intimacy with their partner whatsoever. I think their brain would be just completely destroyed in sex, especially for the younger people. If they're watching porn every day and they haven't had a sexual encounter, then their mind is going to have this completely warped perception of what sex is.
Well, 100%. I would argue that even if you're not addicted, watching it multiple times a day, you'll possibly still come to that conclusion, meaning a warped view of what sex is. Sex is not intended to be something where you just like push a button and then you get the experience that you're wanting or craving in that moment, right? That's the porn
Yes.
experience. It's I want this, I'm going to
Yes.
push a button, I'm going to get it, right? Real intimacy requires so much of both people to know their desires, their longings, and to cultivate that with their partner. Pornography shortcuts all of that. And so, I think particularly for a generation of people, multiple generations of people who grow up on porn, it's like that is so far from what actual intimacy requires of us that we wouldn't even know it if it hit us in the face because we're so conditioned to the pornography experience. So it can be easy to kind of justify it. Well, it's okay in moderation. Well, is it? At the end of the day, I think if we look at pornography as something that is taking away true experiences of intimacy, what amount of moderation would be appropriate?
Hmm. I would also I would also talk about specifically what type of porn you're watching. If you're watching stuff that isn't real, or if you're watching something that's sensual, I think that is completely different.
When you say isn't real, you're referring to like AI porn or
Just just stuff that is, I don't know. Um
no, no. I mean,
how
do
should
you
I
literally mean not real, like not
no, no,
actual
no, no, no,
humans,
no, no,
or
no. I
not
don't.
real?
Well, that too, but also just um
Like,
I would just say if you're watching something that's sensual, that's, like actual sex that isn't fake, I would say. Not like AI, but just, I don't know how to put this into words, but just like 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 a I don't know. I don't know where I'm
well,
going.
I hear kind of what you're saying. I would just say, and I don't mean this literally, but none of it's real, man.
So what would you say? What would you say? I think we came to somewhat of agreement that from my standpoint that this isn't cheating, but what would you say the next step for me is
Yeah.
that you want me to take? Because we've went on to a different discussion point. Because
Well,
obviously you're the porn coach, so give me some advice.
well, I won't give you advice, but I'll ask you some questions. And great question, by the way. And the is porn cheating thing, it's a conversation starter, man. So here we are. I would just invite you to consider, what are you wanting to create? What are you wanting to create? Are you wanting to create an intimate, loving, connected relationship where sexual intimacy is as good as it can be? Or are you wanting to create selfish experiences where you can get what you are wanting in that moment and circumvent what true intimacy requires of you? If you're wanting that, watch porn. Porn will help you get there. If you want a truly intimate, connected, vulnerable, loving, connected experience, get to know your partner, not porn. And not watching porn will get you closer to that. So the question is, what do you want and what's going to help get you there? And the moderation thing, I don't see a way where there can be moderation with pornography if we look at it for what it is, meaning we're using somebody else, we're consuming somebody else, we're reducing somebody down to just a sexual object for my pleasure, what I want right now. And think about the ramifications that that can have on your life. So what do you make of that?
I mean, are you saying that if someone were to watch porn once a year, it's still corrupting them and they won't be able to achieve those things?
I think that's the wrong question. I think the question is, why is that person turned to pornography?
Okay. So
Right?
it's
So
deeper
what?
than that. I
Oh,
see.
it's way deeper than that, right? Once a year or 3 times a week, right? My question would always be why. Why is the person turning to pornography? What are they getting from it? What is it satisfying for them, or what do they think it's satisfying? There's always a reason.
I would say that you're right. If you want to create a more meaningful, loving relationship, then I think relying on your partner and not falling for that lust, not going into that cycle, will create a better, long lasting relationship. You're completely
Yeah,
right. And that's something that I have to think about.
yeah,
But thank you.
yeah, yeah. Great. No, I love it. Let me just read this quote from one of my favorite authors, Jay Stringer. He says, "The more you use porn, the more it adversely affects your sexual life. Research has actually shown that the best way to have less sex and less satisfying sex is to watch porn. Porn simultaneously overloads you with sexual stimulation while also teaching you to only consider your own sexual desires. Porn is so appealing not merely because it is erotic, but also because it lets you create a world where nothing is required of you. Whereas real sex asks you to know and develop your desires while also learning to study, delight in, and call forth the desires of another. Therefore, if you want to limit your sexual potential, porn is the fastest route to do so."
Yeah,
So
wow.
think about it, man.
No, you've got me thinking, man. I appreciate this conversation. I don't know. I love my girlfriend, and I want to, hopefully be able to marry her one day. We've been dating for a while, and I think you're right. I think this is something that I have to do more research on, and just really hold strong. Thank you.
Yeah. No, man, I appreciate it. And I love that. And, again, think about that word honoring. What would be the most honoring thing towards your girlfriend, potential future wife, as well as yourself and what you're wanting to create with her? So thanks for
Yep,
sharing, man.
yep. The people in the comments hate me, but I do love my girlfriend. Please don't feel bad
I
for
don't
for
think the
her.
people in the comments hate you, by the way, because you're open to considering more about what you may not be seeing. And I'm not saying I'm right, man. Okay. But it's like there's more ways to look at this than what we actually can see on the surface. Well, M hates you, I guess. M said no, I hate him. So
Okay.
yeah. All right,
Sorry,
man. Thanks for
Em.
sharing.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, see you, man. Bye. M's like, I hate him. I hate the guy. But hey, comments on the internet are worth what you paid for them, and you didn't pay anything
Hello?
for that comment. Hey there, what's going on?
Oh, Honey Badgerman? Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah,
So,
Honey Badger 86. What's going on? Is porn cheating?
so I totally did not think porn is cheating. I've been married for 10 years. And basically, definitely not an everyday situation for me. But whenever my wife is not in the mood, I'll just go either right next to her or in the bathroom. She doesn't care. And I'll just do my thing. Generally, I don't watch it next to her because it's just kind of a little like funny. Like I put it on like low volume or something, but she wouldn't care. It was just like, but like, yeah. So that's kind of like, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not clicking on like, bait mate or whatever those weird things that pop up. Like I'm just watching a video, doing my thing. And then, but most nights when I come home from work, I, engage with my wife, give her some tickles, massage, and then she's like, "Oh, sweetie, that's great." She's like, "I'm not in the mood," or she's in the mood. So, and then sometimes I'm like, just don't even go to the bathroom or anything, and I just do my thing, and she's kind of right next to me, and she's just enjoying my company. But sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and do a little, and she knows I'm there doing it, and she's totally fine with it. So that's my thing. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So sometimes if you get home and your wife's not in the mood, you'll watch pornography and masturbate next to her, or go to the bathroom and watch pornography and masturbate while she's in the other room.
Yeah, just like like literally, like her head's like 10 feet from me because our bathroom is right next to our bed. Yeah, and she knows like I turn the shower on, and then I just jump in the shower after. But she knows when I'm taking like a 10-minute shower, she knows what's happening.
Got it.
Compared to the quick like 3-minute I'm tired shower. But yeah, so tell me, what do you think?
What do I think? Well, is she there? Can we get her on?
Oh man, my wife is such an introvert; she would never.
Well, you never know. Ask her. Be like, hey, there's this crazy guy on TikTok talking about porn, and he wants to see if you chat.
Oh my god, she would smack me and tell me to get the fuck out of the house. No, my wife's like a super extrovert anyway. Because she's just like that with everything. I don't know. She just doesn't like sharing emotions and stuff, especially with strangers.
Got it. Do you like sharing emotions?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. I'm on TikTok almost every night.
All right. What are your emotions or feelings when you decide that you're in the mood, she's not, and your best idea is to go relieve yourself while watching strangers on the internet have sex? What emotion do you think is occurring beneath the surface there?
What's weird is I think it's just been so many years of doing it. Before when I was single, 10 years ago, or whatever. I mean, obviously used to do this when I had girlfriends, whatever, not girlfriends, whatever. But I think I'm kind of numb to it. It's literally almost like pouring milk in a bowl of cereal and just eating it. It's like literally like that. Like I'm never gonna go to the bathroom, sit down on the toilet, do my thing without it. Like I feel like it's just hard to even, arouse. You know what I mean?
Did you just compare eating a bowl of cereal to watching pornography and masturbating next to your wife?
Yeah. Well, oh no, you were saying next to the wife. Okay, well, most of the time I'm in the bathroom.
But not all the time.
Not all the time. Like you're saying with the porn?
Yes.
I would say 90% of the time I'm watching porn by myself in the bathroom. And my wife 100% knows I'm in there watching.
Got it. Okay. How often do you do this?
I would say like 3 times a week.
3 times a week. All right.
Yeah.
How old are you? 40?
Yeah, actually, turning 40 in a few months. Yeah, spot on,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, honey badger 86. That's not because 1
Oh,
through 85 was
shit.
taken.
There you go.
All
That was good.
right. So how do you think it sounds for a 40-year-old to say, that he frequently, his wife is there at home. Do you have kids?
Yeah, I got 2 kids. Yeah.
All right. Your wife is there, and assuming kids are in the house too, you go to the bathroom, watch pornography by yourself, masturbate, and you're equating that to being just as easy as making a bowl of cereal. How does that sound to you?
No, it sounds silly. I'm kind of like a random type of. I say some random statements sometimes. My friends are pretty used to it. I was kind of just saying that in the sense that me sitting down on the toilet, locking the bathroom, just because my kid's like 10 and 6, so it's like, just in case my 10-year-old has like a nightmare and like comes, you know what I mean? So whatever, lock the bathroom, do my thing. I literally take out my phone, go to my site I go to, type in the typical thing I like to look up, and it's almost like a robotic. That's what I meant, like pouring a bowl of cereal. It's robotic. You fucking grab the cereal, excuse my French, you pour it in, you pour your milk, you get the spoon, you know what I mean? Like, and that's it. Like, there's no emotions behind it. I'm not like, oh, look at this Latina. Look at her. She's doing a massage. Now she's not. Like, look at this, like, African American lady. Ooh, no, I'm not thinking about that stuff at all. Like, I'm just like finding something decent enough to like do my thing and then go. Like, it's like, I feel like it's like animalistic caveman type of feel I have. Like, I would rather sleep with my wife every night for the rest of my life. Every night I would, but she doesn't want to. So I want to like do my own, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got it. What would happen if you like skipped the whole porn thing? Like,
Then I would probably just like squeeze and tickle her, and then I get aroused, and I'll just like do my thing next to her, which I do actually quite a bit. Like, and I'm happy, and she's happy, and it's all good. Yeah.
okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, how old were you when you first started watching porn?
My dad was actually the CPA for Penthouse for about 6 months. So when I was like 11, and he used to bring home penthouses from New York City, and he would literally on Fridays before the Sabbath, he, he would he would be like, "Yo, come here, son," and he would say, "Pick one out of the box in the trunk." And I literally feel like it was his way of like making sure I was gonna be straight. As funny as it sounds, I actually kind of, now that I have a 10-year-old son, I kind of am like, it's that feeling of like you want your kid to be straight. I mean, if he's not, it's fine, but like it's that feeling of, especially with God, your like kid sons. You're like, that's like kind of like a thing. You're like, all right, what girls do you like? You know what I mean? So it's like, I think my dad, even though I used to play football and wrestle and all these manly type activities as a kid, but like, it's funny. I think that's why he used to have me back there. So I would I'd grab a Playboy or Penthouse, and then I'd look at it with my friends, and it was funny. Yeah.
Got it.
So 11, 12 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, and many people would call that sexual abuse. What your dad did.
Really?
Well, he provided pornography to you.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, but everyone, all kids were like dying to have pornography. How old are you?
41. I was born in 85. I should have made my name Porn Coach 85.
No, that's definitely. I don't know where you grew up. It obviously not important. I mean, whatever. You could be private if you like. I grew up in Florida, but dude, I mean, all kids when I was like 12, 13, like anyone who had got their hand on a Playboy would like do a sleepover and everyone's looking at it. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's I got it.
Yeah.
But that's different than what you just described. Your dad gave it to you. Right?
No.
Like many people, I think, in our generation found it, right? Or, their uncle's house or the neighbor's house or whatever. But your dad gave it to you.
Yeah. Meh. I mean, I literally couldn't for 1 second think that's like something. I don't know.
Well, can I make a leap here that may or may not be accurate?
Yeah.
So oftentimes with people who use pornography, they're doing it to soothe some sort of emotion going on beneath the surface. And I
Okay.
would imagine that 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old boy had some sort of emotions going on that pornography helped him not feel. Feeling of disappointment, rejection, being unwanted, whatever might have been going on for you. And I'm curious if maybe there's a similarity to what's going on for you today. You get home from work.
No, I mean,
you're wanting to be intimate or whatever. You have these feelings
Yeah.
beneath the surface, and then you're like, I have to go relieve these. So you're going to go tuck away to the bathroom, which
Yeah.
is probably a similar pattern potentially to what you did when you were a kid.
I mean, weren't all 12-year-old boys jerking off? Sorry, excuse my if you're allowed to say that or not. What do you mean? Like 12, 13-year-old? Every one of the boys I grew up with, everyone's masturbating at 12, 13.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I'm kind of confused where you're going with that point.
well,
Like every
you're not-
13-year-old boy is masturbating, and I'm sure girls are too.
You're not 12 or 13 anymore.
No, right. I'm not 12, 13, but it feels good.
How old do you think you sound when you say the things that you're saying?
I don't know. All my friends do, so it's just weird. I mean, and when I say friends, I have friends that are jewelers, freaking CPAs, attorneys, like sports therapists, like salesmen, like different careers. Like I don't know. I don't know if
What do
I'm
you
some
do?
part of some weird group of
What do you
guys.
do?
Huh?
What do you do?
I'm a sports therapist.
Got it. What's that mean?
Massage therapist.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to see if your wife wants to get on here now?
No, I know it'd be better content, but unfortunately, literally, if I went upstairs right now, and she's used to me being on these Israel pro-Palestine things, and she's like, "Oh, honey, you're too addicted to it." But if I get upstairs and I was like, "Oh, sweetie, look at this panel munch," she would literally be like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Just ask her. Just say, hey. Some guy wants to know if you're okay with the fact that I watch pornography and masturbate, frequently in the bathroom or next to you.
Yeah, I'm not even upstairs yet. I just got home from work right now.
Do you need to stop at the bathroom on the way?
It's funny that it's funny when I never look at these comments, but I'm looking at them now, and this girl's like, it's weird. It's like, what's weird? That like I like to masturbate and tons of other people do. Like I don't know. Or is it weird that I'm a massage therapist? I'm like a professional massage therapist. It's funny when people ever bring up like, oh, do you ever try to hook up with clients? Like, no, because you don't get paid like that. People don't think about it like that, but I'm working my tail off,
Got it.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, of course, everyone thinks about happy endings and stuff when they think about massage, but until you're a massage therapist raising a family, you don't have time to be fucking around,
Yeah. I hear you.
Even though, yes, I have my own things that I do when I'm home, but it's totally separate than whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
All right,
that.
man. Well,
All
thanks
right,
for
buddy.
sharing.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck.
All right, take care. Bye.
Peace.
All right, W's in the chat for our guest. W's in the chat. It's great being here with y'all. It's been a minute since I've been here in the studio. There we go. There's my button. My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as the Porn Coach. Here to talk about pornography, sex addiction, unwanted sexual behavior. And I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are struggling with some sort of porn or sex addiction and want to grow out of it, as well as women who are going through partner betrayal trauma and want to heal through that. I have groups that meet on Tuesday nights or Wednesday afternoon. It's a great place to heal together in community because healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. So if you're interested in that, go to the link in my bio, schedule a discovery call with me, sign up for one of the groups, and we'd love to walk through this journey with you. Give me a follow if you guys like my content. If not, follow me anyways. Come back and argue with the people in my comments sometime. It's fun. It's fun. How do you sign up? Best way is go to link in my bio and schedule a discovery call, and we'll go from there. Hey there, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Not too bad.
Is
Uh,
porn cheating?
I personally think that porn very much depends on the relationship. For
Are you
me, I
18 or
think
over?
I'm over. Yeah,
All right, cool.
yeah. I think it depends on the relationship. For me personally, I think it is cheating.
Okay, got it. Are you in a relationship?
I was.
Okay. Do you watch porn?
I do.
Okay. While you're in the relationship?
Yes. So, I do. I believe I have an porn addiction.
Okay. Why is that?
I started at a very young age, and me personally, I cannot go more than a month without it.
Okay.
And I feel like it really affected my relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you think it affected your relationship?
Well, one, I don't think it was great for me to do it because it wasn't right for her. I know she was aware of it. I told her beforehand that I had a porn addiction, and I tried to stop and I couldn't, and it really ended my relationship.
Hmm. Yeah. When did it start for you?
Oh man, I think sometime in elementary school, um, maybe third grade.
Third grade. So 9 or so? 8 or 9
Yeah,
years old? Yeah.
yeah.
How were you first exposed to porn?
Uh, Back then on the iPad, friends show you stuff, and eventually, you get curious, and it leads to more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Did anybody know that you were doing it?
No, other than the ones that showed me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so here and there, TV. Back then we had Dish and stuff like that, and Dish had a channel. Eventually, I ran into it, and I knew how to get to it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you, or what is it like for you talking about this publicly on TikTok?
honestly, this is the first for me, man. I've never done this before, so
Okay. What does it feel like?
I'm very nervous, anxious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just kind of nerve wracking. Trying to open up and kind of calm down and just talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you, man. It takes a lot of courage to do that. How old are you?
I'm 23.
All right. So you're a young man, and here you are opening up courageously, sharing about this, which is a huge step, man, because there is so much shame involved with pornography. And shame will keep you stuck. Shame festers in the darkness, but it can't stand being spoken to the light. So when you speak the shame to the light, it has a tendency to lose its power. So great job, man. Great job.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Why'd you want to come up here? What'd you want to share? Besides that.
Well, yeah. Other than what is porn cheating? How the topic? I see a lot of people, hating on other people, saying that it's not right, or everybody has their own opinion, which I totally understand. Like I said, I think porn is cheating. If I was in my relationship, I'd say it's cheating. Um, for other people, there's people who are swingers, there's people who do orgies, and they're in a relationship. For them, I say it's wouldn't be cheating because they're fine with it. That's you know they're aware of what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got it. But for you, you don't want to do the porn while you're in a relationship because that's cheating.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to my significant other, and I feel like it takes me away from the truth of the relationship.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So who else in your life knows that you struggle with pornography?
Other than my ex relationship, just another buddy that
Okay,
has somewhat gone through it as well.
okay. And 400 strangers on TikTok. Way to go, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So when's the last time you looked at porn?
I would say probably 2 days ago.
Okay. What are you doing? It sounds like you're wanting to get off of porn. Is that fair?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. What are you doing to stop watching porn?
Uh, Honestly, I try to keep myself busy. With work, when I would go out of the state for work, it keep me busy. When I was with my relationship, it keep me busy. As long as I'm busy, I'm far away from it. I don't think about it. But if I'm bored and I have nothing to do and I have time on my hand, that's when
Mhm.
it tends to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a saying: a man without a purpose or vision in life distracts himself with pleasure. So that's great to be busy, right? That'll help you, stay away from it. However, the problem is when you then have downtime or idle time, you can have the tendency to fall back into it. So the real work, the deeper work, is to get to the root of the issue. Why are you turning to it in the first place? And try to heal through that so that you don't even want to turn to it, whether your life is busy or not. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Um, have you read any books or done any, kind of work into like healing type programs or anything?
I haven't really like looked for help other than just me and a companion.
Mm-hmm. With companion like your buddy?
Yeah.
Got it. Is your buddy like does he watch porn?
He does. Yes.
Okay. How's he gonna help you if he watches porn himself?
So I do marathons. So here and there we go on runs. Every time we go on runs, we talk about our problems and like, man, like we try to stop. Just ways how we stop. We try to stop and how we relapse and just trying to understand, the truth, the depth behind it.
Yeah, got it. How many marathons have you and him done?
I've done 10.
Oh man. Okay. If I wanted to do a marathon, I would be like, "Yo, young boy, Mad, can you help me run a marathon? Because you obviously know how to run a marathon, right?"
Yes.
But if I wanted to stop watching porn, I probably wouldn't be like, "Hey man, can you help me stop watching porn?" Because you haven't done that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So the point I'm making is, it's very common when people want to get free from it is they have people who they can talk to about it, but it's like the blind leading the blind, right? Because neither one of you know what it's like to really be free,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Like, great job for having somebody you can talk about it. And I got to delete this guy who's spamming a phone number. Sorry, block. So can you put yourself in an environment to where you can be around people who actually can walk this out with you, right? Or what Jay Stringer calls a trusted guide in the book Unwanted. By the way, the book Unwanted would be very helpful for you, man. It's linked in the resources page on my bio. It talks about, kind of where this pattern starts in our lives, where it takes us, and how to get free from it. So I'd recommend that book to you, man.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
Other than that, yeah, like I was saying, I think porn is cheating. Uh, Porn as well, like I was saying, based on the relationship itself, if you and your partner is mutual about it and you guys enjoy it together, it's totally fine. That's their opinion. I think there should be 100% more restrictions on porn. There's always ways to get around stuff, as I've learned the older
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah. Totally. All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing. You got this.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
All right. Hannah's going to be up next. I'll be right back. Hold on. W's in the chat. right, chat. Hannah, I don't think you're going to take his advice, just me. All right, what's going on, chat? Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. If you like my content, it's great here. Great seeing you guys here. We got the vibe back, okay? We got the whole thing going. How it started a couple years ago. The panels on the wall, the lights. We're doing this, okay? We are back. Where's everybody tuning in from? Do I sound like a boomer when I say that? Where are you tuning in from? I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, where it's very cold indoors because it's super hot outside. So when it's super hot outside, AC is running 24/7. So I'm freezing. But I think it was like 150 degrees today. Man, we're all over the place. Cali, Alabama, Chicago, Phoenix, Connecticut, UK, California, Texas, Australia, Wisconsin, Arizona, New York, Colorado, Texas. We are all over the place. England, North Carolina, South Carolina. And now the question, is porn cheating? Everybody put your answer in the chat. Is porn cheating? We'll take another couple guests on. I'm going to go to bed. This is kind of like a dry run for getting the studio back in order. Give me some feedback here, guys. Let me wait a minute before I ask this question because now everyone's spamming the chat. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, 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 no, 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 yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. 67 Ave. Nice. Sedona. Yes, no, yes. A lot of yeses. I'd say probably like six yeses to every like one no. 6 or 7 yeses to every one no. All right. I should do a poll. Can one of my mods do a poll? I think we've only got one of you here right now. Adam, you're it, man. Can you do a poll? Is porn cheating? All right, question. Can you guys hear the music? Is the volume level okay? When I have guests on, can you guys hear the music? Is there any feedback or anything? And then also, when I hit the buttons, are those too loud or not? Just give me some feedback here to make sure I'm not. Perfect volume. Okay, love that. Everything sounds great. They're fine. One person said too loud. Probably just a boomer like me. All right, I think we're good. Cool. Appreciate it. I got all my sound issues working, so now we're back in the studio. All right, I'll take another guest on. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are struggling with unwanted sexual behavior and want to break free from that, and women who are going through partner betrayal trauma and want to heal through that in community. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. Links in my bio. Well, let's bring another guest on. Hannah 910. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi. Hello from Washington.
Oh, hello, Washington. How's it going?
Pretty good. So
All right.
I do want to say first, I might be all over the place, ADHD mind, but I do know what I want to say.
It just might take you a while to get there.
Porn is absolutely cheating.
Okay.
I have seen every I've just been through it with the husband. I know exactly pretty much if it isn't your spouse, then it's cheating in any way, whether it's physical.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Hey, everybody, go vote on the poll. One of my mods, Adam, put a poll up there. Where is it? Right there, the little blue check mark thing. Vote in the poll. Is porn cheating? Yes or no? 1 minute and 30 seconds left to vote in the poll. All right, sorry. Go ahead. Your husband, porn.
Okay. Yes, porn is absolutely cheating. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about like religion, but we are a Christian family, and it's absolutely seen as sinning and just not right.
What do you mean by allowed to talk about religion?
Well, I don't know if like your page allows it, like we don't talk about it or we do talk about it. But yeah, it absolutely is cheating. And the the people that I listen to, saying that their wife or girlfriend is okay with it, um, I think it's because you don't really understand the whole concept of what porn is and what it does. Because if you were, because I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
All right, hold on. Can we take a time out?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Why are you nervous?
Well, there's a bunch of people, and I know exactly what I want to say, but there's a bunch of people. Um,
Why does okay? Pretend like the people aren't here. Okay. What do you want to say?
Porn is cheating. I'm closing my eyes on this. Okay. Porn is cheating. If it is not your spouse, it is wrong. Whether it's porn or texting or whether it's physical or not physical, if you invite another person into your heart and mind, it's already wrong. If it's not your wife or your husband, it's wrong.
Okay.
Because
All
it just
so-
is.
Okay. So I'm curious about the nervousness that preluded. What's the word I'm looking for? Preceded you saying that. Why do you think that you were nervous in order to get that out?
I don't know. I think it's just this is my first live that I've done, and I know what I want to say, but I don't want to say it wrong. I don't know. My brain is kind of all over the place, but
Okay. All right. So you think porn is cheating. You've been very clear about that. And what's the reason again that you said?
because if you invite more than one person or like another person that isn't your spouse, it should be just kind of common sense that, you're not my spouse, so that's got to be wrong.
Okay. So the orientation that you're bringing to this question is that if you have a spouse, right? And I'll impute, and that means that you're committed to just that one person. If you bring somebody else into that equation, you're not honoring that commitment.
Exactly. Yes, because I'm calming down a little bit more. I'm sorry. The other men are two that mentioned like if his wife isn't in the mood, then he's gonna go take care of himself. What you're supposed to do as a man, as a faithful man that wants to honor his wife and his wife only, you are supposed to be patient, and you're supposed to just control yourself. That's what it comes down to. You don't turn to another woman. You wait, you be patient, you get her in the mood, whatever you got to do. You don't turn to a screen because, especially what is on porn is it ruins what love and just a marriage should be. 100%. It raises standards for men that aren't real for women. It ruins so much. It and I know, I guess I know what I know because I've gone through every single thing that you could imagine. And my husband is now a year free of porn because I have finally convinced this man. And he told me, we've been together for almost 5 years. He told me that the whole time he used to watch it, in his heart, he knew it was wrong. He knew that it was hurting me. I'd tell him everything in the book, screamed, cried, pleaded. And he said that it was really just at the end of the day, something quick he could do. And it's not that he wasn't attracted to me, because I'm a mom now. I don't have the same body, but even then, when I did, I was fit. He would still watch it. And he'd say that it's really just because, women are nurturers and we're more emotional. And definitely men are more drawn to women. They're more sexually attracted just in general. But he would say it's out of curiosity, it's out of boredom, not because of me, but because the mind of a man is just curious.
How long have you guys been married?
Almost 6 years.
Okay, and he's been clean for about a year. So you were in that marriage for about 5 years where he was using pornography?
Yeah,
What was that like for you?
that was absolutely terrible because I would ask him, I'd be like, "What's wrong with me?" You know, like all the women would probably wonder, "What's wrong with me? I'm right here." And he'd just say, "I don't know, it's fine." Like, you know, this and that, and didn't really have a solid answer. It was just, it was there, it was quick, it was whatever. It wasn't, there was nothing wrong with me. Um, but in his heart, he knew that was kind of wrong because, yeah, you know, and he was addicted. He was heavily addicted. Like, the other gentleman would say that like they started young. His father used to also leave magazines out, and he would find them like age 7. He would see them, and just since then he was hooked. And he would tell me like he didn't really know any better at the time, but like his other girlfriends won't care. And I was like, well, your other girlfriends don't really have much respect for herself and the marriage then, because that is wrong. It's wrong, and she either doesn't know better, or she doesn't really care for what you guys have going on. But this should only be you and her.
Did you know that your husband was using pornography like before you got married and when you got married?
I think I did, yes, but I didn't realize how bad it was, or what it was like to be like a victim of it, until like we lived together, had a life together, started just everything together. And then he would last like 4 hours every other day doing it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's kind of crazy.
Is he there right now? Could we get him on here?
No, he's actually at work. He works in the OR. We are a military family, and yeah, it's just me right now. But
All right. So, what did it take? Well, how did you participate in? That's the wrong question because it implies you did it. Maybe you did though. I don't know. What was the catalyst to get him to the point of stopping porn?
I'm sorry, say that again. I was reading some comment.
What was the catalyst that got him to the place to stop the pornography?
Like what really just made him stop? It was.
Did he think he had a problem? Did you say you need to get help? Like, what happened?
Yeah, it was really all of the above. Um, like I said previously, he knew in his heart it was kind of already wrong, but for him to finally completely stop, um, there. Okay, you guys might find this controlling, and it might be, but I don't think it entirely is if he's okay with it, because it's what we came to help him stop, and it did. It helped him stop. We just he got rid of apps that were tempting, and that's pretty much what it was. The apps, he got rid of the apps, and he was totally okay with it because like I said, he knew that he had a problem, and he's totally okay with it. And since then, it's been a year now. And like I said, we're also a Christian family, and we are more into following that road. So he just, kind of just wants to not do that anymore anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys get any help, from other people during that process, or counseling or support groups or anything?
I think we had gone to marriage counseling about it twice in our almost 6 years, and the rest was really just me working at it. And he just finally realized, and he's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. How do you feel now? We've been talking for 10 minutes or so. What are you noticing about what's occurring for you?
Like with our marriage or the group or whatever?
How you're engaging this conversation?
I think, can you like reword that better in a different way?
Yeah, you were nervous when you came on here. you were having a hard time gathering your thoughts. I'm curious, what do you notice about how your body's kind of responding now?
Oh, it's definitely a lot better, a lot calmer. I'm thinking. I think it was just like the first few minutes of whichever, but I'm good. I'm good now. Talk.
Yeah. Okay. Good. It takes a minute. You're doing great. Thanks for sharing. And what a journey that you guys have been on.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that the men that do not think it's cheating, you should dig a little deeper and ask. Just I mean, we're all a little different, but at the end of the day, ask your wife, ask your girlfriend how she's feeling. Say, should I be really staring at this screen, watching twerking and porn and unrealistic things for 4 hours when my wife is just in the other room?
Yeah, and phrase it that way too. Go ask your wife or your girlfriend. This is a challenge for all you guys. Go ask your wife or girlfriend and be like, how do you feel when I masturbate watching strangers have sex when you're not there and I do it in secret and I hide it? How do you feel about that? See what their reaction is. All right. Well, thank you for sharing, Hannah.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. W's in the chat for our guests. We do W's, or at least I do, for every guest. I think there's only been like 1 or 2 times that I've not done a W. And anyways, let's take another guest. Oh, did Lex lock in yet? Lex, are you locked in yet, or are you still keyboard warrioring over there? I'd love to chat. All right.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Logan. Hey, Logan, what's going on?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. You 18 or over?
I'm 22, but yes.
All right, sweet. Is porn cheating?
I'm gonna go with a little bit of a different take here. I'm gonna go with no.
No, it's not. Okay, got it.
But I want to establish a baseline here so we can kind of like figure out where our middle grounds are. What do you consider pornography?
Great question. Imagery usually depicting an organ or multiple organs of another person with the erotic intent to arouse.
Okay. So are we just, that's almost like the actual textbook definition right there. So are we just going with, okay. I'm trying to think like how we can even like go off of this because
let
realistically
me ask you a question.
then isn't
your bio says Christ first. What does that mean?
correct? Well, I'm a follower of the Bible.
Got it. What does that mean that you're a follower of the
Kind
Bible?
of self-explanatory.
Okay.
Well, I read the Bible on a daily basis, and although I wouldn't say I'm a, would that be dominant Catholic or any of the Lutheran denominations or anything, I do believe in Christ himself and as well as God.
Got it.
I think that there is
Christ say
some
about
parts.
pornography and lusting?
Well, obviously, if you're going by Bible standards, there's that script. I don't remember the exact scripture of it off the top of my head, but it's, if you're going to sin, cut off your hand. Or you know what I'm talking about. It's like if your hand's causing you to sin, then take it off. I understand.
That I would reference. I would go with Matthew 5:27-28. You might have heard it said, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." But what I say is, if you even look at a woman with lustful intent, you've committed adultery with her in your heart. So, as someone who claims your claim, not mine, Christ first, you're a follower of Jesus. How do you reconcile that?
Well, we live in a immoral world today nowadays. It's almost impossible to not have a animalistic desire. Because although, yes, we can have our morals, we can have everything that makes us human, like nowadays, at the end of the day, we still have animalistic desires, which you also have to realize with how much rampant social media is, and that's why I also wanted to establish what we're considering pornography. Anything you can see on Instagram nowadays with a bikini picture, if you took a picture of you shirtless, that can cause lust for another person, even in the smallest regards.
Not me. Not definitely not of me.
Okay,
Nobody wants to see that.
but okay, I get it.
Well, you said you,
but-
right?
What's up?
You said you, referring to me.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So,
All right.
okay, you're dodging the
But it's
question.
like-
How do you reconcile that as a Christ follower, knowing Jesus's words? How do you reconcile that? What I heard you say was basically, I'm just going to let that go in one ear and out the other, and not permeate my heart into changing or transformation. So, how do you reconcile that?
Well, that's kind of where I'm trying to lead towards, is it's almost impossible to not see any form of pornography nowadays. I'm not saying I personally indulge in masturbation or pornography itself, but it's almost impossible not to see it in today's world.
That's different, man.
There's
you came
not
on here.
a-
Look, hold on. You said you don't think porn is cheating, right?
No, because you consume
Okay.
so much of it on a daily basis, regardless of if it's hardcore or softcore porn.
I do. Are you saying the you thing again, or you do?
Well, I'm in it
I don't.
as like a general consensus. Like,
I have figured out a
You've
way to
probably
not
seen it.
watch pornography every day for the last 10 years.
so you haven't seen a single bikini picture on your Instagram feed for the last 10 years.
I can honestly say
Don't you?
no. My Instagram feed is pretty
Okay.
much all anti-porn resources.
Okay. Well, that's one in like a million right there.
Okay,
Because
here,
most of
let's
the
get-
time,
let's get
Instagram will
back
try
to-
to auto push them.
Yeah, no, I got it. I don't disagree with the essence of what you're saying, but I want to get clear with you. As a Christ follower, you said, because your bio says Christ first. I said, what does that mean? You said you read the Bible, you follow Christ. How do you hold the viewpoint that porn is not cheating while reconciling what Jesus said?
Because
I'm not saying I'm right.
okay,
I'm just curious how you reconcile that.
I reconcile it in the fact that I don't try to personally indulge in it. But I'm saying that it's almost impossible for me to not physically see it. It's going to sometimes show up on my Instagram feed. It's going to sometimes. I deleted the Twitter app or X or whatever the hell they're calling it because it started becoming rampant on there. It's annoyingly like that became its own deal. But what I'm saying is that it's almost trying to think of like what would be the best words to even describe this. It's very hard to not see any version of pornography. Now, just seeing it doesn't mean that you're technically being a lustful person,
Correct.
but you're going to, or not you, but a majority of people are going to see some form of pornography almost every single day, regardless of what it may be. And it might be, like I said before, the hardcore or the softcore stuff. And now you can personally try to avoid that stuff, and that's where the Christ stuff would go in. You know, you're not supposed to engage with that. But in a technology-based world that we live in, where it is constantly pushed onto you, even if you don't try to indulge in it, it will still pop up on your feed naturally.
So
I don't
do you
know
watch
if you've been
pornography?
on TikTok. Like you said, it's pretty much any lewd or.
No. I said, do you watch pornography?
Oh, sorry. No,
Got it.
or
When's
at
the last
least
time-
not in the sense of physical, sexual, intercourse.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, have I seen however many girls' bikini pictures on Instagram? Yes, but I don't watch Hub, X videos, any of those things. I used to when I was younger. I do not anymore.
Do you do you do you willingly engage with that type of content?
Are you talking about like on Instagram?
I
Or
don't
what do you
care
mean?
what platform.
Like just
I don't care
actual
what platform.
No.
Got it. But you're frequently getting it on your feed?
Correct. I don't try to. I think there's been some times where even if you like select not interested on posts, it still counts that as engagement. And at this point, I've just kind of given up on it. I do follow a lot of gym influencer content, which I think might also not help it because sometimes girls will post up like specific pictures like with other people. And then I think it just auto does it from there. I'm a very gym goal oriented person.
Got it. Okay.
So
All right. So it comes up on your feed, but you don't go seeking it.
no.
Got it. Okay. So how many times a day? Because you're saying basically it's impossible to not have the stuff be in your face all the time. How many times a day do you think that it is presented to you in some way to where it's on your phone?
I would say primarily just on Instagram. So whenever I'm probably going through Reels, if you go to the search icon, that's where I'll usually see it pop up. I don't see it as much getting popped up in my main feed or in Reels particularly. It's mainly just in that weird search area. That's where I see it. And I don't know if that's like an automating thing that Instagram just tries to do. I don't really know how their whole algorithm works.
All right. So how many times a day do you think that it's presented to you on your phone?
It depends on the day, but we'll go with probably like 10 to 15 times. Really just depends how many times I go on Instagram.
Got it. And that's pretty much every day, roughly?
Correct.
Okay. So if every day you know that roughly 10 or 15 times this content is going to be presented to you, and you still choose to go put yourself in that environment, at some point you really can't blame the platform for putting it in front of your face, because you're going to that place where you know it's going to be.
I mean, I suppose, but that's also like saying, hey, you need to cut off technology as a whole or cut off all these social media platforms. Like I could say the same thing for you being on TikTok. I know that TikTok will promote the most random ads when it comes to it, because although TikTok shop will be one thing, I have gotten promoted some very heinous things recently for some of their advertisements. I don't know if you've seen this on TikTok, but considering that you do these kinds of live streams, they probably have gotten promoted to you as well. And it has to do with a lot of
I actually don't consume TikTok content, believe it or not. No, no. Why would I? Instagram, Facebook, because I'm a boomer. But no, I really don't. Nothing good happens on TikTok. I actually learned that lesson the hard way once. But again, for me, if I know that something is going to happen on an app, I'll get rid of the app or try like the hell to retrain the algorithm, right? So as you were saying that, I pulled up my Instagram Reels. It's some really funny stuff. Some guy at Costco, this one says, send this to a young, oh, it went away, to someone who needs a masculine, it was a funny thing. Now I got a cholo on a balance beam. I got a workout video. I got a Jay Stringer video, an anti-porn video, a Waymo driving down the street, a cow eating strawberries. That's interesting. A bar of soap, a guy going through a drive-through. I mean, I get what you're saying, man, but here's the thing is we can curate our algorithms, right? And to say that we just can't help having porn in our face all the time, at some point I think we have to look into where are we going, whether that's in the virtual world, right, on social media apps, or in the real world, right? Like I had a guy once I worked with, worked with in recovery, and he was married, and his wife was like so pissed that he would, have these relapses all the time. I'm like, well, what are you doing to where she gets mad? He's like, well, I go to get coffee every morning, and it's like one of those coffee places that it's like really provocative. I'm like, you mean like a bikini coffee place? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, why do you keep going there? He's like, because it's the only place that makes the latte the way, to how I like it. And I'm like, you have no shot of ever beating this if you are so insistent that you have to get your latte from the bikini strip club coffee place. You see what I'm saying? It's like, go to Starbucks, although that might not be that much better in every case, right? But it's like we can make the choice to put ourselves in a different environment, and then we won't be exposed to the things that we see. Because the problem is what we look at affects our desire. What we look at affects our desire. If we're looking at that all the time, it's going to affect what we're desiring. So I think that we can put ourselves in a different environment. Now I'm preaching at you, but what are you thinking, man?
No, I was just listening to what you had to say.
Okay.
I mean, I get like what you mean, and the fact that you would say like, well, I guess I don't know specifically what you would do in that situation if it would just be to delete Instagram or something. But like me personally, I'm not going to do that.
Mhm.
I don't even click on, like, that's the thing. I have gone out of my way to try to make these posts not show up. I don't click on them. I don't, like, the only thing I have ever done with them is click not interested, and then they still show up.
And
That's why it's like,
yeah, by the way, I'm not, you've indicated that you don't watch pornography, right? So I'm not sensing that, you have that problem. But what I am inviting you to consider differently is you have this kind of, can I give you some feedback based on what I'm hearing?
Sure.
Okay, there's kind of this posture that's like, well, it's just always going to be there. Almost like giving people who either are struggling with it or don't want it there permission to stay in that. And I no, I think we can absolutely change that, particularly for somebody where it is a struggle, an active struggle, right? You indicated you see it 10 to 15 times a day. Okay. And I mean, you didn't say this specifically, but if it's not leading you down a path, then okay, it may not be a temptation for you, though I would want to, pull that thread a little bit. But for somebody where it is, it's like, well, dude, if you're on Instagram and you're seeing it 10, 15 times a day, and every single time that happens, it's leading you down the porn path. It's like, well, let's not do that. So yeah, let's get off of Instagram, or really intentionally try to curate our algorithm, which can be done. And if you can't do that, then get rid of the app if that's not going to get you closer to what you're actually wanting, right? It's like my friend with the coffee shop. Bro, go to a different coffee shop. If you're not willing to do that, you don't actually want to put yourself in an environment to where you're going to have a different, set of things to look at that will get you closer to where you're wanting. Does that make sense?
yeah, it does. And I guess I haven't really looked at it from the perspective of a person that would have an addiction towards it specifically.
Yeah.
Because I'd say the only time I've ever really been close to an addiction of that would have been when I was 15. And that's when I personally stopped because I didn't want to indulge in that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah, got it. When's the last time you looked at porn?
Like, we'll just go with like the hardcore stuff. Probably back in 2022, I'd say. It's been a while.
Okay. What about the not hardcore stuff?
It pops up on my Instagram feed all the time. I don't really go on search as much. It's really just for reels. But if I do go on there, usually it's just because I want to see gym content. And I'm not getting any reels. Sometimes you get good videos. Sometimes you get crappy ones. It's hit or miss.
Got it. Do you use the non-hardcore stuff to masturbate?
I don't masturbate.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
You have a good one, man.
You too. Bye-bye. W's in the chat for our guest. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi, nothing much. Thanks for letting me on.
Yeah, are you 18 or over?
I am 20.
All right. Is porn cheating?
Personally for me, I do believe it is. But things that make human individuals is the preferences that they have. So somebody might enjoy something else, and that's what makes us attracted to different people. When I got into my relationship that I've been in for 2 years, and I know people are probably going to be like, oh, you stayed, you're stupid, you're the reason it's, I've gone through that myself. When I got into this relationship, I set down boundaries with this person, and it wasn't like I showed up and I didn't set these boundaries with him and then expected him to be somebody completely different and that he couldn't leave. I set these with him right through the door, and I feel like if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, the point of it is to respect them. So if your person's fine with it, fine. You're respecting them because they don't have that boundary. I feel like I set that off with him, and I told him that, hey, that's not something I like, and he was not able to respect that boundary, and that is disrespect, and that's cheating because he knew it was a boundary for me. It wasn't like I told him he had to stay. If it was something he couldn't deal with, something he couldn't figure out himself, or didn't think that he was capable of, I was never going to beg him to stay. But we've been together 2 years. He got into counseling. He's had a couple slip-ups. And then I got into counseling because I started turning into somebody that I didn't recognize. I was very angry. I was very anxious all the time. I got to the point where I'd hit him. And I got, the cops called on us a couple times. I just get angry, and I don't like the kind of person I become when I'm like that. So I got myself into counseling to figure out how to manage all that, and he got into counseling himself. There's been 2 slip-ups since he's got out of counseling, and it's just been very hard for me. But I just overall believe that everybody's allowed to have their own preferences because that's what makes a human individual. That's what makes us able to find the perfect person. Well, not perfect, nobody's perfect, but the perfect, or the person that can fit for us. And I feel like if you're honest out the gate with the person, then the relationship point is to respect each other, and I believe that if you can't respect, then that's cheating.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Why is this so important to you? Why are you so passionate about this?
Oh, sorry. So it's just hard because when you sit down with the person, you feel like you bleed in front of a shark because you let them know the things that hurt you, and then they turn around and they find a way to hurt you. And I felt like the very first, 2 times I was so relaxed, and I was like, what are you feeling that you're trying to take care of? Has your life been stressful? Is there stuff going on at your job? Is there something that I'm not meeting for you? And he could never give me an answer. It was always, I don't know. Every single question that I've ever asked ever was, I don't know, or I don't remember. And I feel like I held myself together so well. And I sat down and I talked to him, and I showed him how it made me feel, and I asked him to put himself in my shoes, and he told me that it would hurt him as well. But then at the end, he still would do it again. So it's like, how could you sit here and look at somebody that you claim to love and watch them be so broken and hurt? And talk about how they have to be on medication because they can't live their life without being anxious every single day. And just, I don't know. I've had depression in my life before. I beat it by myself. I found the root. But when I ask him questions to get down to the bottom of it, it's always, I don't know. So I can't get down to the root. And it's just hard when you sit in front of somebody that says that they love you and care for you, and they can't respect your boundaries, and they tend to do it over again. It's so hard to believe that they love and actually care for you.
Mhm. All right. This seems very active for you. Where are you at in this journey?
So it went really good for about a year. I found out because he actually came clean to me and told me he had kept it to himself for a couple months, but then he came clean and told me, and I was like, thank you for telling me, but you should never have to tell me something like that because there should never have been an issue there to begin with. And maybe that wasn't right, but and then the second time is when I lost my cool and I went off the deep end. I drove off with him halfway out of my car. I've gotten the cops called on us. I have shoved him into his truck. I've just turned into this person that I absolutely can't stand. And I thought it was going so good. And then I felt like if I'm going to lose my cool on him every single time something like this happens, he's not going to be so apt to come and tell me when this stuff happens because he's going to be scared. He's going to not want to face those consequences because I made them so severe for him. So that made me get more anxious. And then a couple of nights later, he brought up something about, or not a couple nights later, but like very last time that this happened, I was over at his place, and he brought up something about like a red light district. And with the anxiety and stuff that I already have in my head, I was like, where did you hear about this? Like, are you having these conversations with the guy that you work with? Is it like a video you've seen? You know, I'm already, a million thoughts going through my head at once. So I asked him if I could see his phone, and he lets me see it. And I know that probably seems controlling to a lot of people, but when you need to bring reassurance to your own mind because somebody can't provide it for you, you kind of have to. Anyways,
How long have you guys been together? Did you say 2 years?
A little over 2 years.
Okay. Are you guys married?
No.
Do you have kids?
No.
Do you live together?
No. I see him probably 4 times out of the week.
Why are you putting up with this?
I don't have a lot of confidence in myself to begin with. And I feel like I've put so much into this relationship that I would hate to watch it all go down the drain. All be wasted on my end. And I feel like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really do love him. At the end of the day, I know he's the one person that would show up for me when I needed anything. Like he always has. He's always been there for me. He makes me feel safe. I know that when I lose my cool, he would never lose his cool with me. He makes me feel safe.
No, he doesn't.
I know it's not safe and secure in that part of my relationship. I understand that. But I mean, like, I don't think he'd ever. He's so calm and patient.
Well, Candace, what I've heard you describe here does not sound like someone who feels safe in their relationship.
I know. It's so hard, though. It's so hard when you love somebody.
Yeah, you're right. There's something way deeper here than pornography.
On whose end? On mine, like.
Everybody's end.
Can you?
Porn's not the issue. Porn's never the issue. Porn's a symptom of other issues.
Yeah, and that's why I came to him and asked him, is it something like in your life right now that's making you feel a certain way that is making you have to release these chemicals?
But for you, who's in this relationship where you're not feeling safe, why does the answer to that question matter?
Sorry, I was reading a comment.
Was it a good one?
I don't know. It's already forgot about it.
Yeah, most comments are forgettable, chat. I don't even know what I asked. I feel like it was a good question, though. What did I say?
Something about what that question means to me.
Oh, porn's not the issue. Oh, you said what's, I don't know. What's beneath it? All right, okay. All right, how are you doing, Candace? You just shared a lot. What's going on for you?
Well, I kind of started a part of a story and then got off of it, but the very last time I got into his search history and seen that there was an OnlyFans link opened, and it was like free access, and he's like, I only clicked on it because this girl on Instagram requested me as a friend, and it was in her link history, or like her links on her profile. Anyway, so recently we just fell off the wagon again, and I don't feel like he shows up with the reassurance that I need. Like, I tell him exactly like what I need. I don't need the don't worry, I'm not doing anything. It gets repetitive, it gets boring. I need you to actually show up for me. Be transparent.
Yeah. Okay. So what I asked you before, I think it's relevant, is I asked you, why does the answer to that question that you're trying to get answered matter so much to you? Which was something to the effect of, why are you doing this? Why are you watching porn?
Because until I get that answer, I will never know that it isn't me that's the reason.
And that's what you're dealing with here. You're not sure if you're the reason or not.
Yeah, I just don't want to leave.
Well, okay. So stay in that. This question probably existed before you even knew this guy existed.
I mean, I went through some pretty traumatic stuff when I was about 14. I lost my virginity unwillingly, and then the guy the next morning said, let's not tell anybody about this. And I believe that made me feel like there was something wrong with me. And whenever you're going through that, that feels like, I don't know, that's supposed to be something special, and somebody to say that let's not tell anybody about this makes you feel like maybe there was something wrong with you. So I've always had an issue with feeling like I was never enough.
Yeah.
And I explain this stuff to him, and he always gets angry that I've slept with other people. And I just don't get that. It's never been about like what I got from that, like that it wasn't my choice, and that he's always been angry that I've slept with other people. And I wonder if it's his way of getting even.
All right. You described a capital T trauma. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yeah.
What's going on for you right now?
What do you mean?
Well, your body's saying a lot.
Oh, I get like this when I watch sad movies and shit too. It's just I'm a crier.
Is this a sad movie?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a comedy.
It sounds, I'm not saying I'm right here, but you have a question that you've been trying to get answered about yourself when what happened to you happened, and possibly even before that. And you're trying to get that question answered through your question of, am I not enough because of your pornography use?
Mm-hmm.
The question is way deeper than that. Notice that you're outsourcing somebody else's ability to say whether you're enough or not.
Yeah, it's a me thing. I need to be enough for myself.
Yeah, the question is, can you believe, and this is, well, his pornography use has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
His pornography use has nothing to do with your enoughness, your beauty, your value, or anything else. His pornography use is his problem and his problem only. You didn't cause it. You couldn't make him do more of it, and you can't make him do less of it. It's a him issue.
I just want to know what causes it. I want to know what made him go from a year strong to falling off the wagon, and he just can never give me that answer. It's always I don't know. And that's the worst, because that leaves you with making up all these different scenarios in your head.
Then the question for you is, why are you in that relationship? Because what if you never get the answer to that question? What will you do?
I don't know. Probably live the rest of my life like this.
Well, that's one option.
No matter where I go, because I feel like I'd never know what a cause could be that I could look out for in the future. Porn is so normalized these days. It has been shoved in our face since we were like tiny. I just feel like no matter what relationship I'd get in now, I would still be scared, trying to look for signs that I don't understand because I never got the answer to what caused it.
Yeah. Well, I would just say concisely, there's something going on in his heart that's causing him, and I'm saying this in the general sense. I don't know your partner. There's something going on in his heart that's causing him to want to use other people for his sexual pleasure. And he's got a story too.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
But you have tied your enoughness to the problem going on in his heart, which is causing him to turn to pornography.
Mm-hmm.
And until you decouple that, whether it's this guy or any other guy, you'll have a really hard time saying, yes, I am enough.
But, I honestly don't think deep down it's because I don't provide. And I don't think deep down that it's because my hair is ugly or my arms are fat. I don't think it's anything that has to do with that.
But you're
I
not
honestly,
sure.
I will
The
never.
way you're looking at it, you're not sure.
Yeah.
So what do you make of that?
That is a part of me that believes it could possibly be me.
Mm-hmm. And as long as you believe that, you'll stay stuck.
So when I stop believing that, is it miraculously supposed to change his actions? How can I show up better?
You can't change. You can never change his actions.
There's sometimes that when I lost my cool with him, he went home and he told his parents about kind of what happened and everything, and his mom sat down with him and he's like, well, honey, your dad can watch it and I'm fine with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And then when he got into counseling, his therapist thought the same thing, that it was completely normal, and that felt so gut-wrenching that I didn't have that help.
Yeah, I can imagine. The people who are supposed to help put salt on your wound.
Yes.
So he doesn't think it's a problem. His therapist doesn't think it's a problem. His parents don't think it's a problem. Why are you choosing to be in a relationship with somebody who is honestly telling you, I don't think it's a problem, and non-verbally saying, I'm going to continue doing it?
But he tells me he's not going to continue.
Is
and
he
he's
still
good.
doing it?
No. Well, it's not like I have like parental controls and things that could tell me what he's doing 24/7, but I don't think it's ever been to the true extent, well, at least since his year-long section, to the true extent of getting on like Pornhub and watching something. I think it's just been that like OnlyFans thing. You're obviously clicking on it to see something. You're following that link to see something. But it's never been to the full extent of watching like intercourse.
Does it matter?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
What are you
But
What are you hoping for?
I just ooh, I don't know. I'm hoping for all this time and effort and patience that I've put into this relationship to be worth something. And 90% of our days are amazing, and they have been a complete turnaround from when we first got together. And he shows up for me in ways that I don't think anybody ever could. But this is just, this outweighs the good sometimes.
Mm-hmm. If this relationship doesn't last, would it still be worth something?
If it was over, there would be no value to it because it's over. No? Is that what you're asking?
Well, you said something to the effect of you put in all this time and you don't want to throw that up,
Yeah.
right? And essentially the only way that this wouldn't be a failure, so to speak, you didn't use those words, is that this relationship succeeds in the sense that you guys stay together. I'm challenging the belief that there may still be value to be gained in the relationship, whether or not it succeeds in the sense of you guys ending up staying together or not.
Oh, so you're hoping that, or what you're saying is that what you'd like to see from a relationship like this is for it to be worth it, even if it doesn't succeed.
What I'm offering is that you can learn something from it regardless of whether you stay together or not. And that who knows, maybe not being together could be the best thing that could happen. I don't know the right answer for you, by the way, whether you stay together or not. That's above my pay grade.
Do you get paid for this?
I do this for a living, yes.
Okay.
But there may be value in there are some relationships I've had in my life that I had to deal with people who were the absolute, I felt like they were scum of the earth people that I never wanted to see again. I was so glad when that relationship was over. And I look back at those relationships and I'm like, oh, gosh, I'm so glad I went through that because it built a resilience in me. It built some awareness. It built some wisdom. It built some discernment. And I'm really grateful for that. I didn't think that at the time, right? And I'm not suggesting you have that same orientation that I just described, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, consider that maybe there's more here than just, can I get this porn issue solved?
And honestly, I feel like before I got into this relationship, I cared a lot about what people thought about me. Like, I was always stressed about what people were thinking about me, and I know it's completely, like, it contradicts itself, but I feel like since I've been in this relationship, I don't care what people think about me. I don't make that my number one priority. I feel like that's a benefit that I've gotten.
Yeah, I got that, but I want to push you on that because you talk a lot about all you want to do is figure out the reason why he did this, which is in some way is like a, what does he think about me?
Uh-huh.
All right. What do you want to do? What's next for you?
Um, all I want to do is be able to recognize the signs and the causes, even if it's because it's like you said, it's not me.
Yeah, it's not you.
And that's what I want to do, because no matter what, I feel like it's so normalized that it'll be in probably 8 out of the 10 relationships if I dated 10 more people.
Yeah, well, the behind every man struggling with a porn or sex, behind every man struggling with a porn or sex addiction is a story that's dying to be told. You want to know the story. He probably doesn't even have an awareness of the story. Most people that I come across have no awareness of why they're doing the things that they're doing. And it is hard, deep work to get to the root of that. Right? And whether he decides that he's going to go on that journey or not is his decision. Right? But just notice that you're in some way tying your ability to feel okay with how much of that work does he do. And my invitation for you would be to work on separating that more. Right?
Don't live my day to day whether or not he can control himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that sounds freeing.
it does.
Yeah.
And it's gotten better. I mean, like, I've gotten on stuff to help me not think about things so much, but I shouldn't have to live on those things for me to be that way.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's not a porn problem. It never is. So there's something else here to where you're trying to control it to, again, figure out that answer to that question. Am I enough? Am I good enough? Am I valuable? And it's way deeper than this. I'm not saying I'm right, but than this relationship with this guy and his porn use.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, have you done any healing work around what you described earlier?
I've been in counseling or therapy for about a year and a half now.
Okay.
I write down thoughts. I do like journals, and then I compress it all into a couple questions instead of having a million.
Mm-hmm. Is there other trauma as well, more than what you described?
That I talk about in therapy?
Well, that you experienced.
Yeah.
Do you talk about it in therapy?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the work for you. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Thanks for
really
letting me on and talking.
Yeah. And way to have the courage to come up here and share that, Candace. My heart goes out to you. You're caring a lot.
Yeah, and thank you guys, all of the guys in the comments and girls that were supportive and nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
All right. Bye-bye. W's in the chat. I turned my music down because I think it was echoing a little bit, but let's see if that. Did you hear that echo? Or did it sound okay? I just put the music back. I'll be right back and I'll take another guest on. Anna, you'll be next. BRB. right, chat. All right, give me a follow if you guys like my content. Follow button's up there somewhere. If you don't like my content, follow me anyways. Come back and maybe argue with the people in my comments sometime. That's fun sometimes. My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as the Porn Coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are struggling with unwanted sexual behavior like porn or sex addiction, and they want to break free from it, as well as women who are going through partner betrayal trauma and they want to heal through that. So if you're interested in that, go to the link in my bio. You can schedule a discovery call. You can talk about your situation, if I may be able to help or point you to someone or something that can, and we can go from there. All right, next is Anna. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, thanks for being here.
Yes, and I just want to say, Candace, you're a very strong girl. I see you as I did 2 years ago myself. So, so the question is porn cheating. I feel that it's a very personal question. I think it's very different for each relationship. So, and I had to figure that out for myself as well. I think that it's about boundaries that you have to set up with your partner. So for some people, like I've noticed in the comments, they say it's disrespectful or it's just a breach of trust. But for some people, it definitely can be cheating. And I know I found that out for myself. And I actually was in that relationship for 6 years. And a lot of people ask me why I stayed for so long. And similar to Candace, what I figured out, it was really all about self-worth and it was nothing about myself. And I just want to say to her specifically is that you say that in your next relation. Yeah, go ahead.
Anna, we're not here to talk about the previous guests.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
But yeah, I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think that it's cheating, but it comes from a personal place and the boundaries that you have in your relationships.
Got it. Okay. So what boundaries do you put in place in your relationships?
Well, for example, I did get into a new relationship last year after the issues that I did have in the previous one. And going into this new relationship, I understood that that is going to be a hard boundary. So, you know, once I started feeling that it was becoming more serious, I made sure that that was a set boundary and made sure that is that something that is okay with that person? Is that something that they would be able to do? Because otherwise, that's not a relationship I will be able to go into moving forward. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he said that it is okay. I mean, I do have some trauma from that past relationship and stuff from that. That does at times bleed into this one, and you know, it's I'm still working on that. But yeah, I think that letting your partner know ahead of time is something that's really important in establishing that, so it's not something you run into in the future.
Got it. Thanks for sharing.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, take care.
Thank you, you too.
All right. Why is everybody yelling at Ava in the chat? Does Ava need to come on here and chat? Usually that's what that means. So where did that other guy, Lex, where did Lex go? Ava, you want to come on and chat? I don't know. Who's Ava? I don't know. Hey there, what's going on?
Yeah, so I'm hearing a lot of not, or people not or agreeing with porn is cheating, but in my, how I think about it is it's kind of like when you go out in public and, you're looking at other women and, and how do I put this? like not in a lustful way, but in a shit. I'm getting off topic. So I think it's not cheating because you're not doing it with an actual person, you know, and you don't mean it in a cheating way, but you're doing it to, you know, relieve stress and get it off your mind, if that makes sense.
Didn't make sense. Could you try again?
Yeah, it's so like when you're in a relationship and like because I know relationships that watch porn together, you know what I mean? But I think I mean I don't understand how it's cheating. Like I think cheating's getting with another woman behind your woman's back. Any thought on that?
Okay. So, okay, what I think I heard was that you think cheating is when you get with another woman behind your woman's back.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Do you watch porn?
Yes.
Okay. Are you 18 or over, by the way?
Yes, I'm 19.
Okay. All right. Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And does your girlfriend know that you watch pornography?
Yes, but it's not a topic that we discuss upon, you know?
Why?
I don't really know. We just haven't discussed about it. I don't really think it's that important to her. But like I know it's been brought up, you know, and she jokes about it, but yeah, I just think she's fine with it.
You think she is or you know she is?
Well, I mean, we've talked about it before, so and she hasn't said it was a problem, and you know, and I'm, you know, every person has their own opinions, and you know, I'd be open to talk with her about that, but from what I've heard, she's fine with it.
From what you've heard? From who?
From from my girlfriend. Yeah.
Got it. Is she there right now?
No, she's not with me.
Got it. So do you do it behind her back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Like you're fooling around with other women on the internet behind her back?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, and what you said earlier was you don't think it's, or it, help me understand, because you said something to the effect of if you're with other women behind your girlfriend's back, then it's cheating. And then I said, are you doing it behind her back? And you said yes. And then I said, fooling around with other women on the internet, and you said yes. So,
I think online and in person is a big difference.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you do it behind her back then?
Dude, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have urges and you know, it's kind of just, I don't know. It just happens. You know, it's not really like I'm going to text her and be like, hey, I'm about to, you know, go watch porn. You know what I mean?
Why would you not do that?
Do you think I should do that?
I don't know what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just curious why you don't do that.
I just think it's not necessary to text her that.
Got it. How do you think she would feel if you said, hey, I'm about to go masturbate while watching some strangers have sex?
I think she'd be like, okay, why are you asking me that? Or why are you telling me that?
You think that's what she'd say?
Honestly, yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Do you guys text?
Yeah, we text.
Oh, kids these days. All right. Would you ask her, hey, how do you feel when I watch pornography and masturbate to it?
Like, would I ask her that right now?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, I could ask her.
All right, cool. Do you think she'll
You want
respond?
me to ask her right now?
I'm just curious, like if you're, because you have this posture of like, oh yeah, it's fine, she's cool with it, maybe kind of, but like everything about you says, I don't think she's actually okay with this, and we actually don't have a clear agreement on it. That would be my assumption, is that if she knew fully and transparently what your behavior was, she probably wouldn't be too thrilled with it. What I hear from you is what I hear from a lot of guys, which is, oh yeah, we talked about pornography one time, like when we were on our first date, and I was kind of like, yeah, I watched pornography once, and I don't really do it again that much anymore. And then you now have mentally said, I checked the box off. She knows I watch porn, so I'm good.
Yeah.
But there's a
I
reason
mean,
why you're not in full transparency with her about your behavior, is what I make of that. I'm not saying I'm right, but
honestly, I think it's not. I mean, you're a coach on this. It's it's a topic you discuss a lot upon, but I feel like there's certain things that like me and her just don't like. This unnecessary to just bring up randomly. I mean, it would be on topic, but I don't know. It just
well, you're dating, right?
yeah.
Okay. What's the intention of where this dating relationship could end up someday?
Marriage.
Marriage. Okay. And in marriage, what are some of the things that are traditionally uniquely reserved for marriage?
Sex.
Sex. Okay. Do you think this person, who probably is in it for the same reason, maybe heading towards marriage, do you think that she may want to know what your viewpoint is on sex, fidelity, monogamy, for somebody who she might eventually share that thing with exclusively?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of turning my viewpoint on this. I mean, this is something I've never discussed, but I don't know. I really don't know what she could be thinking, and maybe that's something we should talk about.
All right. Give me like 5 more minutes. We'll have this whole problem solved for you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, man. You're doing great. Yeah, man. Like, look, you're seeing it differently, right? It's like, okay, maybe there's more here than me just trying to get my rocks off,
Yeah.
right? Like, there's something. I believe there's something special about sex and enjoying sex in a relationship, right?
Mhm.
And there's also a reason why, like, again, your body language. I can't see you, but it's like you're not really totally free in the way that you're orienting to this. Like you're hiding it, and you're
Yeah.
hiding it.
Yeah.
And by the way, if like porn's your thing and you just love porn and you're like lots of porn, okay, but be honest with her about it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean, I've been watching porn for, like about 5 years, and it's kind of just like it's been I would say I'm addicted, and I've tried stopping, but honestly, I don't really get why I do it,
Yeah. How's it feel to say that publicly on
Feels,
TikTok with 400 people watching?
it feels, I don't know, crazy.
It is kind of crazy. I
Yeah.
can't believe you just did that.
I know.
Well, look, man, there's a humility in that most people never come to that point of. People who are way older than you are will just never admit that there's an issue with it, right? But you're just like, you know what? Maybe there's something more to this, and maybe there's, you said maybe you're addicted to it. Okay, So then the question is, what do you want to do with that? Right? I'm not asking you that right now, but you can't change what you don't name. And you've named something here pretty crucial. It's like, okay, you're a young man. You've been watching it for 5 years or so, and you're hooked. Okay, so run this one out, like another 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. I don't know how long you've been listening to my live, but do you want to be like that guy who's 40 years old and gets home every day and goes to the bathroom while his wife and kids are out there and masturbates while watching porn?
I never really thought
no
like
shade,
that.
no shade if you're still here, man. But right, like where will this go?
Yeah. Yeah, it really is crazy when you think about it this deep.
Yeah. So how long have you guys been dating?
Been dating for about a year, 12 months.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you guys are like super young. You got so much in front of you. And I don't know what the conversation is that you guys might need to have, but I would invite you to consider, like, what would it look like to carry yourself with full honesty and integrity in how you treat your dating relationships, especially when it comes to sex and what you're doing with pornography and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, that's all I got to say on it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, what conversation might you have with your girlfriend?
I'll probably ask her, I'll be like, hey, do you want to go on more topic about, porn? And I want to see what she thinks about it, and then I'll start talking to her about, my side and what I've been dealing with.
Well, what if you just talk to her about what you're dealing with, regardless of her?
Yeah.
Right? Because the way you kind of said that, I don't know, I'm not saying it right here, but you kind of deferred. I'm going to test the waters a little bit and see how she responds.
Yeah.
And again, what that could mean is, like, if she doesn't respond well, retreat, run away, unsafe, not going there. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you really believe that this is a problem for you, right, and you maybe want to have a change of heart with it, do it for yourself first, because it's right for you and the way that you carry yourself into relationships. And if that spills over into more relationship with her, great. If it doesn't, well, you got another decision to make.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man. Take care. Bye. W's in the chat for our guests. All of our guests. Can you guys hear the music still? I was adjusting the volume a little bit. Do we have the vibe set right? Do we have the right vibe here? You can hear it? Okay. Are we vibing? Gosh, it's good to be back in this setup. Ah! Am I MAGA? Oh, what a question. Why would you ask that? Why would you ask that? Everybody, no, never mind. I was going to say something that would just blown up the whole life. Just blown up the whole life, but we're not going to. Can I answer it? Am I MAGA? No, I'm not MAGA. But see, this is how I think. What do you mean by am I MAGA? How can you be MAGA? Like, I don't like the question. I don't like the question. But no, I'm definitely not MAGA if I think I... all right, let's take another guess. Hey there, what's going on?
Oh my gosh, hello. Hi, it's me.
Oh, hey, you? How's it going?
Good. Sorry, I've never done this before. Super excited.
All right, here we are.
Hi.
Born cheating?
My name's Jessica. Oh, I think that
Krista, you swiped away from the app. We can't hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Yep.
Okay. I think that the conversation of cheating is kind of its own thing as well, if that makes sense. Like, I think that porn and cheating coincide, but they could be separated as well. Like, I think that cheating has its own definition, and cheating is something that has to be established between the partners that are getting together at the time. I think that it should be discussed pretty early on, honestly, and it's a boundary that has to be set. And if porn is something that crosses those boundaries, then yes, it's cheating.
Got it. Okay. Are you in a relationship?
Yes.
All right. What are the boundaries you guys have?
We haven't talked about porn. I'm not really I don't watch porn. I'm not sure if he does. It's pretty early. I have been in relationships where they have watched porn.
All right, hold on. Didn't you just say that you think like when you get into the relationship, you should talk about this?
Well, yes, but this is like very, very, I mean, I just got in a relationship, to be fair.
when?
And like a couple days ago.
Well, you're a couple days too late. This conversation needs to be had. Like, it should be like, hey, I'm Crystal. I'm John. Do you watch porn?
Sure. He's been out of town, but
kidding.
I would like to.
All right. Why don't you text him right now and ask him? Say, hey, let's talk about porn.
I can. It's 2 a.m. where I'm at. He might not be awake, but.
Got it. Okay. All right. So what's your experience been in previous relationships?
I've been with a porn addict once, and it seemed like this addiction was before me. And what I learned about it is it was an escapism from other things. It was a high reward with little effort. And that seemed to numb him over time, and it escalated to more serious pornography. And I guess what I mean by that, like, is it started from naked photos to videos and desensitization. So like not a TMI, but not able to stay up for very long. Not able to emotionally connect when sexual situations would happen within the relationship. And what I learned from just knowing of that, I luckily have not been in the situation actively in a relationship like others have, which it sounds like a very painful experience to go through and does sound like cheating to me. It really separates reality from a fantasy. And I think that I haven't really had this conversation before, but I do feel like men go through it more than women do. And I think that because men tend to be so visually aroused, more so statistically than women are, that they have that at their fingertips a little bit more. And it causes a lot of insecurities in relationships because, you know, they're looking at naked bodies actively and it's not their partner. And that leaves their partner feeling lonely, insecure of themselves. And so I do think that I think that it's wrong in its own way for the person that's ingesting it. And I do think that it hurts relationships. I know some couples that watch it together, which I guess good for them. But I think that in general, I think that we are on the same wavelength, and that just ingesting it does cause a lot of desensitization. Sorry, I'm dehydrated.
Me too.
And yeah, you've been talking a lot, I'm sure. And I think that it's a deeper root pain. Like it's a symptom of a deeper pain that particularly men have more statistically that has to be talked about. It sucks in relationships. It hurts relationships. I've watched it kill marriages, but I think that even with that being a really awful problem, there's just so much more deeper issues going on too that just has to be discussed, because I do think that it is masking a lot of loneliness. It's masking well, it could be a lot of things. It could be just some stress, you know. So there was a guy on here earlier that mentioned stress, and sorry, I'm probably going on a tangent, but I've never had this conversation. But yes,
Yeah,
I would say
okay.
to sum it up, I do think that it's cheating. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. So, how old? Can I ask you how old you are?
Yeah, I'm 29.
Okay. How many times have you been 29?
How many times? I guess
First time?
first time.
You know, there's that whole thing with like just staying at 20. Okay, never mind. That went way over your head. All right. So this is obviously very important to you. And you'll have the conversation with your new boyfriend, right? I would imagine. Why is this so important to you?
Because I think that to me, although this is about pornography, I think that it also falls in line of the conversation of what social media is doing to us as well. And I do take what we just open on our phones every day and are just immediately given visually, it matters, because, you know, I have a scrolling addiction, and to me that's still an addiction, as any addiction should be talked about, like porn addictions, alcoholic addictions, just something that I ingest to escape something, and I start my day that way, and I just feel like I get the whole internet immediately at the beginning of the day. And I know a lot of people have this issue, and I know that there's just a lot of temptations there, whether it's like buying things, ingesting porn, and it means a lot to me because I think as a society, we're just being really desensitized to things. And I guess I feel like porn falls in that category. So I think that matters to me as well as just the things that we consider addiction in general, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Excuse me. Yeah, scrolling addiction, that's really hard. You know, fun fact, and some of you guys who follow me will know this. I got rid of my phone for 6 weeks, and it was like mid-December through the end of January. 6 weeks, no phone. And now I'm back on my phone pretty hard, but that's not the point. I went 6 weeks without having a phone, and it was amazing. It felt like I was living in the Stone Age. If I needed to go somewhere, I had to like figure out how to get there. If I needed to like ask my wife if she needed milk at the grocery store, I had to wait till I got home and asked her. It was really a neat experiment, and I'll do it again sometime, but it's crazy how, you know, it's not just pornography. That's what we're talking about here. But, you know, the way that these platforms are designed to get us addicted and keep us addicted is wild. So that's my rant. All right. So when are you going to talk with your boyfriend about porn?
Well, he comes back on Friday.
Well, you have a phone, right? You're scrolling all the time on it.
I do have a phone, you're right.
So just send him a text, be like, hey, I found this weird guy on TikTok talking about porn, and it made me think maybe we should talk about this.
I will, but he's a really bad texter. Like we barely texted since he's been gone. So our relationship is primarily in person because of that. But I certainly will. Just because like I take it seriously too. And I want to preach what I I want to preach the choir that I make. Like, I don't want to say like, oh, you should have this conversation early on, and then it's a year later and I myself haven't done that. I certainly will, but I do feel like if I text him, he's just going to be like, what?
Yeah.
But no, I totally get you.
Yeah. Well, at some point you gotta have, or that conversation, like you said when you started, it's like the couple should have an agreement on it, right? So the question is, when is it appropriate to have that conversation, right? I don't know if you need to do that right now or not, but at some point it's going to come up, right?
Yeah, I guess before you get really attached, because I just think that you get I've seen so many hearts broken, and I've heard it on this chat too, and I not to say it's anyone's fault for not saying anything. I mean, how do you bring something up like that when you don't even know yourself sometimes? But to know where you're coming from on this sort of topic should be discussed before you get into a pretty serious relationship, I suppose. And if you two decide that it's okay, it's it's kind of within your boundary setting. And if it's not, then it's at least early enough to decide what you're going to do. And I do think that it's a serious problem for our generation, for sure, just because, like I said before, it's a high emotional response with a easy access, and usually that sort of thing is just not good for us. It causes a lot of problems and just a lot of intimacy issues. And I think that the people I've noticed defend it, they're not really facing what they're kind of trying to, not face. So,
Totally. Yeah, it's masking something else.
mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, chat. I'm going to take like one, maybe two more guests, and then I'm going to bed. But hey, look, for those of you who are new here, my name's Austin Hamilton. Good to see you guys, also known as the Porn Coach. We're going back to the basics, okay? The whole setup is back to what I did when I kind of originally started my lives and they took off. And I was like, you know what? I just love the setup, the vibe, and everything. So here we are. Doesn't mean I won't ever do the whole sit out on the patio and be on live, but this is what it's going to be. Okay. And I'm really glad I did this tonight because I needed to make sure I got the bugs worked out. I do need water, but I'm going to wait till I get off here. I would get an Olipop, but it's too late for that. You guys drink Olipop? They're the best. I love Olipop. Costco has them. Had them on sale recently. Olipop is the best. Grape, root beer, cream soda. Favorite flavors in that order. So good. So good. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Hello. Curtis Davis. Hello. Kurt, you're on TikTok talking about porn. Kurt, you've been waiting, you've been asking, and now you're here, and you're talking, we can hear you, but you're ignoring us. Kurt?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thanks for, yeah, I still hear you.
Give me a minute. Sorry, I didn't know that you were finna have me join in. Give me a minute. I didn't know you were gonna have me join in. But if you could just go ahead and bring someone else in. I had some stuff just pop up. I didn't even know you brought me in. That's why I wasn't responding.
Okay. All right, sure, no problem.
Yeah, sorry about that, boss.
All right, see ya. Bye-bye.
My girlfriend.
Well, you're gone now. I wonder if that was my college roommate, Curtis Davis. I don't think it was him, though. Different guy. Different guy. It would be funny if it was him, though. All right. One-ish more guest. Hey there, what's going on? Hello? 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 I have a feeling we're going to get some snorers here. We're going to make that a regular thing again. Oh, Ruby. Welcome, Ruby. Everyone fell asleep. Snorers are the best. Donnie Deals requested an hour ago. Well, here you are. Patience paid off, my friend.
Yes. Can you hear me?
What's going on? Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up, dude?
Not much. You 18 or over?
Yes, I am. I'm 25.
25. All right. Is porn cheating?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Okay. Why is that?
Oh gosh, it's such. I mean, I think porn as a whole is just completely. I'd say it's one of the most detrimental things to society as a whole. I think it has destroyed so many relationships, but in general, with young men, the way it alters their brain chemistry, they really don't understand what they're doing, but it is 100% cheating. I won't name drop anyone or talk about anyone that you've had on already, just a broad statement of how people don't even realize what they're doing. They don't realize that they're going behind, their partner's back in doing this and not acknowledging that. It's kind of like a denial thing, They're getting tempted. They're going and acting on that temptation. They feel disgusting after. They know that, but they keep going back to it over and over because it's frying your dopamine receptors, right? That's what porn does. It actually destroys your brain. So other than it just being cheating, I mean, the fact that people are hiding it, they feel guilty about it, whether they're going to acknowledge they feel guilty about it or not, they feel guilty. It is like a normal response as a man to feel guilty. Even if you masturbate without watching porn, it's a gross feeling, right? I think a lot of people would agree. Most men would agree. It's a disgusting feeling. And you wouldn't, this was, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like, I've watched porn in the past. I have. I think most young men, you get urges, especially if you're single, right? You're going to be interested in the idea of sex. Duh, But when you do it, it's this high, and then you drop down to this filth feeling, right? And the thing that got me the most was like, would you set up a camera and record yourself doing that? No, you wouldn't. So you would just never face it. And it's kind of the same thing. Like, you're cheating on your partner because whether any man, I mean, I know people say, oh, they have preferences or stuff, but like you genuinely have something wrong with you. Like, that is like a actual issue that needs faced if you're totally okay with you and your partner doing that. There's actually a problem there. It's kind of like, having multiple partners in a relationship. I think it's a foul thing. Everybody knows that. Or even if they don't want to acknowledge it, they know it deep down. It's kind of like abusing substances. It's the same thing.
There was a really interesting thing kind of along the lines of what you're saying. Andrew Huberman?
Yes.
A couple years ago, there was this thing that came out to where he was like using women in a sense. Don't quote me on this, okay? So I want to be very careful how I say this. He was essentially like kind of like what Derek Jeter did. And somebody correct me if I'm misstating this, but Derek Jeter would have these women and then like give them a gift basket the next day and all consensual. Huberman was, the essence of it was he was doing something similar to that. Like, had multiple girls at the same time that he had some sort of implied sexual relationship, but it was consensual. I saw this article that was very interesting. It's like, even though it seems like there was consent in all parties, we all still kind of know it's wrong.
Right.
And it was very interesting how they put that, right? Because
Yeah,
it's like,
100%.
yes. Like, the way he's presented his rebuttal or defense to the way the girls did, it's like, hey, there's nothing to see here. But it's like, no, there's this undertone to like, but that's still not right, the way that his behavior was conducted. So, anyways,
100%.
I'm probably misstating some of that, but you see the point there.
Yeah, 100%. And another thing I wanted to mention, because I see a lot of people say, like, I mean, I know there are girls that watch porn, right? But people don't really mention that. And I know that's a lot more of a smaller group of people, women who watch porn. But I was in a relationship for 7.5 years. And my ex actually did watch porn. And I didn't know for like a long time. And I don't want to get, okay, I can say this as clean as possible. It was like woman on woman, which is, that's also like, I don't care what anyone thinks, like that's an issue, right? And I didn't know that, because that's also a totally different, I mean, you can go so deep into this, right? Most people are very surface level that are going to hear this information and they're going to just say exactly how they feel immediately. But I am a Christian, and I, throughout my whole life, I was brought up through the church. But of course, as a young kid, you want to rebel and do this and that, whatever. So of course, I fell into temptation many times, and I still struggle with temptation. Not that I fall into it anymore like I used to, but it's just the fact of, that relationship was such an eye opener for me, because when I realized that, like, what that did to our relationship ultimately, that hidden addiction that she had, and I also did during our relationship in the early stages. I became more of a Christian throughout later in our relationship. But her watching that kind of led more to allowing herself to feel like it's okay to do something that I wouldn't be okay with, right? And she ultimately ended up cheating on me 7.5 years into our relationship. And I think another thing that a lot of people don't talk about, because we talk about softcore porn and stuff like that, dating shows, huge impact on the female brain that no one realizes, right? I mean, social media in general, but everybody says, oh, social media this, social media that. But like, no, dating shows, reality dating shows are horrendous. Like, they actually are killing off the ability for young men and women to have relationships, because young women want that. The thing that they're seeing on TV, they're fantasizing these relationships that are happening in 4 weeks and they're getting married. Oh my gosh, you're so perfect for me. I mean, none of them work. They never do. Look at the reality couples. None of them work. But yeah, I mean, I was in a really long relationship, and it ultimately failed just because of the culture of everyone being so accepting of lust in general, right? It's been so normalized, like, to just lust. And it's like, people don't realize how harmful it is. Everyone thinks it's, oh, she's so bad, bro, this and that. And then, girls, the same thing. I mean, the whole, what is it? Girls are calling themselves young hoes now. It's like,
is that a thing?
Yes, that is a trend now, being a young hoe.
Okay. Wow. Didn't know.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. I mean,
All
our
right.
society is crumbling.
All right. So, when did that relationship end?
Gosh, probably, I want to say 2 years ago. April. I think it was like the end of April, May. So yeah, it's probably 2 years ago, like on the dot recently.
All right. So what are you going to do differently now going forward?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the things I've learned from that are unreal. I mean, I'm 100% just waiting. That's all I'm doing. I'm not pursuing women anymore. I would never download a dating app or anything. I'm just waiting for something organically to happen. And if it happens, it happens. That's that. When it comes, obviously, I know my morals. I know my standpoint. I know exactly what I want. So I'm not going to just, go search everywhere,
Yeah.
So I know exactly what I want, and I know the standard I have for myself and what I want my partner to, it comes down to a self-respect thing. Like, if you're not going to face yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I have this problem or this list of problems that like are definitely going to be a problem in a relationship, and you can't face that and fix that, then you're really not going to be able to be in a relationship, at least in harmony with somebody else. Yeah.
Well,
So that's where I'm at with the whole relationship thing.
Yeah. Got it. All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, chat. That's it. That's it for me. Give me a follow if you guys like my content. Follow button's up there somewhere. Maybe. I don't know. Or if you don't like my content, follow me anyways. I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching, both for men who are struggling with unwanted sexual behavior, such as porn or sex addiction, and they want to break free from that so that they can have more intimate, connected relationships. If you don't want that, then I'm not your guy. But if you do want that, maybe I could be part of this journey with you. I have groups that meet on Tuesday nights and Wednesday afternoons. You can get the information link on the link in my bio. I have a women's group, a women's community as well, for women who are healing through partner betrayal trauma, the trauma that a partner experiences when a betrayal is discovered. The women's group meets at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday nights. You can get info for that in the link in my bio. It does cost money. The info is there. Best place to start is by scheduling a discovery call where we can chat about your situation and if I may be able to help or point you in a direction that may be a better fit. Great being with you all. And we're going to do this from the studio now more often, that I got my whole setup way back in order. Liv, it's good to see you guys. Hope everything's going well with your situation, if you know what I mean. And say hello to the other guy. All right, guys, great being with you tonight. Make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. Nobody else's. It's always yours. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Right at 3 hours. Look at that. Bye-bye.